What's up, YouTube? Boy Keys, back with another market analysis slash market recap. But just because I did not give y'all the last recap of the week, um, so we got a little bit of a recap. Then we're going to get into the market analysis for the week of May 19th, um, 2025. So yeah, man. But hey, even though I did not, I know I'm sorry. Even though I did not give y'all the end of the week recap on Friday, I'm still glad that we were able to get. I think we got two or three videos out last week. So hey, we getting progress, man. We getting progress. Eventually, I want to be able to at least give y'all at least 3 to 4 of them a week. Um, but yeah, man. So we're here. Today is Sunday night, so we're finna just check out, do our market recap, look and see what earnings we got coming this week, what news we got coming this week, and give our weekly analysis. So here we go, man. Let's first start off with SPY. Um, let's go back to SPY. It's probably gonna look crazy because I probably got all kind of drawings. All my drawings from the whole week is on here. So, let's see. Let's see. Let's remove the drawings for right now. So we're gonna do a quick little speed run of the recap. All right, so on that week, on last week, or if you want to, yeah, let's just say last week. It's Sunday. That's a new week. Um, we initially was looking for. We will move these alerts. We will move these alerts, or at least one of them. I'll keep the other. Um, so we had came into that week with a red candle. Let's actually go back to the weekly. Okay, so this is more like it. This is more like. So coming into last week, we had closed with the green candle. We were in a downtrend. We were in a downtrend, a minor downtrend, but the overall trend was bullish, if y'all can tell. Um, we had recognized that we had swept these lows right here. This higher low up here. We swept this low right here. Um, But then we end up seeing the market shift, switch to an uptrend. We end up having this low. We end up making a high, made another low, made higher highs, and we told ourselves, hey, we're looking to see if the market is going to break this minor downtrend. So it needed to break this high right here at 576, around that area. I'm not gonna pinpoint it, but around 576, we was looking to see if the market was going to push up past this high, or was we going to get a rejection somewhere in this area. That was what we was looking for. Either a rejection in this area to keep the downtrend going, or a push above the 76. And I told y'all, if we can close and hold above 76, I expect us to at least shoot up somewhere in this range to attempt 600s, the 600s level, and the potential of these highs. Uh, when we had came in on Monday, I see now it's starting to come back to me. On Monday, I remember that I believe it was that Sunday night or Monday morning, we was already up past 76. Like we gapped up in the pre-market, so we already kind of had an idea that we at least came and took these highs. Now we were trying to see if we can close on a weekly above that last lower high we had right there. So if y'all having trouble seeing it, we were in a downtrend. Oh, dang, I forgot to make the drawings come back. But we were in a downtrend. This was that lower high right here, around that 76. Then we switched to an uptrend right here. Well, we had a minor uptrend right here, but we was trying to see if we can beat this lower high, and we end up beating that lower high right now. So now we got to make sure we can stay above it to keep that uptrend going to beat that. And that kind of is our market analysis for this upcoming week. Honestly, what I just showed y'all, we're trying to see if we can hold above it to go ahead and take them highs. But let's go back. Let's go back. So we end up, like I said, on that Monday, we end up being above that 75, 76. Right here we gapped up like I told y'all. Um, and I told y'all, I said if we get any pullback, and when I seen the pre-market, I said we get any pullback and it get close to 76, y'all just take loans and just hold them. That's what I said. I said if y'all can hold it out for a week, hold it out for a week. Just take loans if we pull back close to 576. And that's what we did Monday. And we pulled back. And I told you, I believe on Monday, instead of me taking the loans on SPY, I just didn't like how I felt like it was gonna move a little too slow for me. So I had took CrowdStrike loans. And if you wanted to see that trade that I got in, is in the previous or I think two market analysis videos before this one. Because I got in on that Monday. I got in on CrowdStrike loans here instead of the SPYs. And then we held CrowdStrike for I think a day or so, and then we ended up getting out. Um, but yeah, so we end up pulling back. Like I said, once it got close to 76, take them loans. Our first targets, our first target was this high. Well, actually, it was to come inside this gap. Remember, we said, this order block right here. We was looking for that first, because we didn't touch it with this candle. So I told y'all, hey, even though Monday closed green, and we did have that pullback, I still see us going up just because we didn't even tap inside where this red and green meet at. We didn't tap inside, and I said if we close inside, y'all should expect it to go to the top of here, and if we can get a close past it, then we potentially can be going up to them highs. And that's what happened. We came inside, closed inside, and we end up going into the top of here. In simpler terms too, pretty much we just continue to uptrend. If we want to simplify, this a little bit going into how I trade, or know when I should continue to hold my trades, and it might be a little bit too much for y'all. Right now I'm not trying to say y'all can't understand. It just might take a lot out of a video to explain it all. But yeah, so we continue that uptrend. We stayed above that 76 perfectly for the week. Only other thing I wanted to tell y'all for the market recap, like I told y'all, I had gotten CrowdStrikes and ended up closing it on that Tuesday, I believe. Um, and the only other trades I took after that was I took MES, I took SPY, and I only took longs on all. Well, I took one short, and that was on Friday, but it was just at the open. Then I went long right after. But honestly, I took all longs this whole week. I told y'all if we can hold, we had got that close above this 76. I told y'all I said I'm only looking for longs. I'm not even thinking shorts at all. Even with this one day that we had this indecisive candle, I even went long on that day. I really let me see because I don't know if I can remember exactly where I went long on each of these days. Cause it's like I said, it's Sunday now. Once Friday come and I get off the charts, I don't even think about the charts anymore. Um, it's fine. It's fine that I finally go back over the trades, but we end up having a real good. We had our best trade. Um, our best trade was Friday. Thursday almost could have been our best trade. We got one ticked out. It was a 905 candle. I can show y'all that. It was a 905 candle I got in on the 1 minute, and that was the only reason I got stopped out. I got in on the 1 minute instead of a higher time frame like I normally know I should. And I just want to show y'all this trade. Man, I literally had the perfect entry, and I was on futures and on my futures I got in and got stopped out, but then like 5-10 minutes later, I ended up getting in on options and took the SPY long to continue it up. But let me see, where was it? It's a 905 candle where I had one long. 905. Was it Thursday? I don't even. Was it Thursday? I believe. Yeah, it was Thursday. Shoot. 935. My bad. See, 935 where I got in. This is where I went long at, y'all. I was so upset. I didn't even take a trade this whole time. 9:35 come. I got in loans right here. I got in loans right here after this red candle closed. I got in loans. Oh my goodness. I got in loans. Let me remove that. I had got in loans right here at this 9:35 candle, and I set my stop loss at the bottom of this red candle. Once this green came, I set my stop loss at the bottom of this red candle. Actually, yeah, I got in at 9:36. The 9:35 candle was what I used for my stop loss. I got in after this green candle right here. At this green candle, I got in like during while it was making it. Um, and I set my stop loss at the bottom of this 9:35 red candle. Do y'all not see how close? Oh my goodness, man! I was so sick. How close? Because I was using this low right here as my can't beat out level on the higher time frame. I believe it was this low. Um, so I knew it was gonna reverse over here. I knew it was gonna reverse over here, but I was looking at this fair value gap right here, and I was like, hey, we already came inside, came through it, we closed above, and I was just looking for us to pull back some and then shoot straight up. But we ended up pulling all the way back down. That would killed it. Literally, I set my stop loss right here and I was in futures on ES. Well, MES honestly, but man, when I tell y'all I was so sick and it stopped me out, and I just watched it run, watched it. It never came back down there, y'all. Never came back down. I was so upset, so upset. But like I told y'all, when I got stopped out, I was upset for a little while. I ain't gonna lie. I was upset, sitting there just mad because I didn't want to jump back in, on futures at least. But so then when we got up here and broke this high, I ended up getting in loans on SPY, and I set my stop loss right below this red candlestick. Um, and yeah, so we end up eating good off SPY. I think we got like 160% on our trade or something like that. Uh, but yeah, that's pretty much was the little recap. Cause like I said, on Friday we end up going short at the open. Well, towards the open, not right at the open. We end up catching some shorts. But it was on futures. We ended up catching some shorts. I don't even remember where it was at. No, actually, it was somewhere in here because I remember I had pretty much got out right at the low of the day. So we got in short somewhere in here. Um, and once we caught them shorts, we ended up going back long. Once I had got we had got this close above here. I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait until we make another higher high. And once we made this next higher high, I just went long. And this was actually inspired. I went long right. Once we made this next higher high, I set my low. I set my low at this red candle and continued it up. I think I got out. I got out at like 92. So I got out like right here in this area, somewhere around here. I got out because I didn't hold it all the way through the whole day. I hold it for the majority of the day, but not the whole day. So we had a nice trading day. We had a nice trading week, honestly. Um, I don't even think I took any losses at all the whole week. So we went a perfect week. That was good. All right, but now let's get into the weekly analysis. Oh my goodness. We did all that for the recap, so I'm gonna try to timestamp it so y'all can skip past certain portions. Um, yeah. Actually, I take it back. I did take one loss. It was on Tesla. We did take a loss on freaking Tesla. I jumped in a little too late. Well, no, Tesla wasn't a loss. It was just a real small game, extremely small game. um, we jumped in Tesla a little too late because I told y'all I was looking for us to close inside or above this gap. And by the time I realized that we already had closed above it right here on Tuesday, and I jumped in and got in some loans. So it was still the right direction, but I was honestly looking for us to shoot past this fair value gap here and come straight up here to 66. 'Cause I had got in some Tesla loans and I had bought 360 calls. Um, so that's what messed up the profit. It was just my stuff was so far off the money. Because when I got in, I think I got in when we was at like 42, and I was trying to get 360. So I was up for day one, but I ended up holding the next day. 'Cause I was like, well, we still got a green candle, and we end up opening below, and that would killed it. That would kill my contract pretty bad. So I ended up holding all the way till Friday, and barely even. I think I squeezed out probably $15, and that's it. Um, Honestly, that was the worst trade we had, but we still end up, like I said, making like $15 on it. So that was the complete worst trade we had, because all the other ones was 10x or more profit um compared to that one. So now let's get into this weekly analysis. Sorry about that, man. Sorry about all that long-windedness, but I just wanted to keep y'all up to date with the trades that I took and everything. Um, so now weekly analysis is pretty much what I just was telling y'all earlier. Um, we closed above the 76, so which was this last lower high. Um, Only thing I'm expecting, well, we can delete these a lot of these drawings now. So let's delete some of these so we can clear it up so y'all can see. Let's just remove all, cause I can just re-put my drawings back. All right, so we doing this all together, fresh and alive. So we looking at this chart, y'all, on a weekly. What we end up doing? We end up staying bullish. We still got a green candle. Still got a green candle. So we can't sit there and say, oh, let's look to the downside. No, we gotta stay with the stay with whatever color the candle is until it just shows otherwise. Um, we end up closing with a nice solid candle. We actually don't. We got very small wick on it. This the only thing that I may can see that may be a little problem, depending on where that wick touched. If it touched the top of here or not, um, that may be the only, because that could cause for a pullback if it had touched the top of this candle close. Where is this candle close? 594.40. This high was 594.50. Yeah, it did touch. Where did it close? 594.20, and it closed below. So that's a sign for some potential pullback. At least at the start of the week, at least it can potentially pull back some. Hopefully, it don't pull back to fill this whole red candle at 82. But that's still completely fine because it's still not going to at 76. But if it do come to this 82 and we see any reversal forming, best believe take longs and at least take it all the way back up to 95 at least. But I really think it'll shoot up to at least around 600. But yeah, like I said, we see bullish. Um, we staying bullish because the weekly is bullish. We didn't stop inside any other fair value gaps or anything. Like I said, we did potentially got potential pullback off of that. Maybe here too. It can fill either one of these candles, or it can just stop right here where this red and green connect. But if we're looking at this chart, we were in a downtrend, right? We were in a downtrend. We just broke out. Boom, we just broke out. What's the only thing we're missing right now? Cause we just made a higher high right here. We beat that lower high. We just made a higher high. This is the next high that needs to get beat right here. Put the magnet on. Well, it sounds like I said magnum. Magnet. All right. We already just beat this high. There's no other high to beat but the high, the all-time high at 611.39. All right, so that gives us two options. We beat this high, right? We kind of want to see the market to hold above this last lower high we had. It's fine if it do come down and wick in here and then come back up, but ideally we don't even want to show real strong strength to the upside. It will not come down back to this lower high. It will not touch it. Because if it comes back to touch it, yeah, it still can be an uptrend. We still can stay in the uptrend. but it's gonna have to do some type of consolidation, then bounce. I mean, then pop. But if we sit here and don't, we sit here and push up, say we get a pullback, and it doesn't come touch this 76, then we can just shoot straight up to the all-time highs, and it shows real good strength to know for a fact we're blowing past them all-time highs. So we really ideally don't want it to come down here if we want to see some strong movement to the upside. If it do come down there, it's like I said, it can still reject, give us a wick, do some little consolidation, then go. Or it can do consolidation, wick down one more time, and then go. But either way, we're bullish. I'm gonna tell y'all that now. Either way, we're bullish. I'm gonna actually mark this one a white, just because this is not like a not a like a lower low or higher low or nothing like that. It's just we just beat a previous high that I kind of want to see it stay above. Yeah, but honestly, this gives us a range right here. Well, if we want to stay above here, ideally stay above here, and we know this is our target. Well, the move's got to happen somewhere within here. That reversal. So we're looking for something to potentially make us push to the upside. Only thing I'll say that's a little tricky is that we are on a weekly, so we can be seeing like we're saying, oh, push up, pull back, then go higher. Well, that pullback is the whole week. That's the only thing. So that can be the whole week if it potentially can be the whole week if it don't just pull back and shoot straight up. So you got to be mindful that we're on the weekly. The main thing I just wanted to see on the weekly though was, hey, did we close in some nice areas to where we can see still going bullish? Like I said, we potentially can be. This can be our pullback range right here. We actually it can probably just be to where these two meet at. This whole range, we can just pull back slightly and just sit up here for the majority of the week and then go that next week. But regardless of the fact we got a green candle, we're saying we're bullish. That's the main thing you need to know off the weekly. We're saying we're bullish. But the one thing that's the only one thing that's kind of tricky for us is we broke and made a higher high. What's the next thing we need to do in the uptrend? Is what? Make a higher low. What the world was it? Oh, that's that magnet on it. I'm wondering what's going on. The next thing we need to do once we make a new higher high is what? Make a higher low, then make a higher high. So we just made we're in a higher high state right now. So one thing we got to look out for is the market making its first red candle in order to make that higher low. So we got to look out for the market attempting to make its first red candle to make that higher low, or potentially pushes all the way back down to give us back to the downside. But we're not looking. Honestly, we're only looking for longs, and that's it. Plain and simple. We're only looking for longs for based off the weekly. Now let's go to the daily. All right, based on the daily, same thing. We broke the downtrend. We're in a clear uptrend right now. Let's mark that up. We're in a clear uptrend as of now. I'm trying to mark it because I like to have it on the green candle. All right, we're in a clear uptrend right now. We just made a new higher high, so we do gotta be mindful of that. Like I said, just like the weekly, we're only looking for longs because we're in an uptrend. There's no sense to look for shorts. All right, so we end up closing above this potential. Like I said, I use these as like order blocks. If y'all want to use them as demands and supplies and stuff, y'all can. I just treat it like I just call it a order block. It really don't matter what you name it. As long as you just know what you're looking for. But we closed above it, which is nice. And that's what I was looking for this week. I was trying to see if our last count can close above here. And we did. So, and we got a nice, decent little size above. I kind of wish it was a little bit higher up, but it's fine. Because like I told y'all in one of my analysis video, um, I like it when we break out a high or a fair value gap or anything. I like when we get a nice close above to where when that pullback comes, we don't have to come back inside it. We can have enough room to pull back and then continue to go. But it's still fine if it comes inside. It just slows us down a little bit. That's all. If it comes inside, it might boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? And then it might consolidate, then go. So it's still fine. But no, regardless of the fact we closed above it, we're bullish. Um, the main thing you need to know is, hey, well, we already made what? Let's mark this out. We made us a higher low. So what that means, the market should not beat this level. This our can't beat level right there. Alright. The next can't beat level before that is all the way down here at this level. Right there. And really ain't looking no more farther than that. Cause I doubt the market's gonna drop that hard. I mean, we're at 94. If it drops $60, then we can adjust on the fly, I guess. Cause by the time we get down there, it should start slowing down. So we got these two can't beat levels. For target levels, it's still here. We had boom, boom, boom. This is a low. We made a new low. So we got one target here on the daily. And then, right here. So we got two targets left on the daily. These are our last two targets on the daily. After these two get broken, then the only target we got is up here. After these two get broken, we honestly don't have no other targets. So all it's pretty much now is just showing us, okay, well, this is our targets, this is our stop losses down here. These two. These is our three targets. Honestly, where we're currently at, we already dang near at this first target. So it wouldn't make sense if I just show y'all this. It wouldn't make sense for us to be in a trade with a stop loss down here, and our TPs is only boom here. You see that? That wouldn't even make sense whatsoever. Now, if we was aiming for here, that's a little bit better. But if you're not confident in the market to push past these two targets and hold above, there's no sense for you getting in based off the daily. Now, if you get on a lower time frame, you can able to make your stop loss be within this one candle, and you aim it up there. That's completely fine. But if you're sitting your stop loss down here at this true low, it's no sense for you even, unless you go super light, you just want to go real light because you know the market's still gonna stay bullish. There's no sense of you getting in right now. Just wait for some type of pullback on lower time frame and then go long. But yeah, we're bullish. Like I said, our target is here, and this is just like a light target. It's not really, to me, this is not my true target, but it's like a little intermediate target, but it's because it's still a higher low. I mean, a lower high. My bad, because right here we end up making a lower low. The market kind of tried to trick you because it didn't give us the green candle, which we do like going after to find our lower highs. But it did make a lower low right here, and then we end up pushing up. You see that? And then we end up making another lower low. So where do lower highs sit in between? The old low and the new low, which is these two. This the old one, this the new one. The lower high sit in the middle. So we got a market. We got a market. That's still a target. So for our plan, like I said, our targets is up here. We're going long. We don't want to see it go below 85. If it do go below 85, we really don't want to see it go below 76. But it's completely fine if it do. It just slows our trades down. That's the only thing. It slows our trades down. And let me delete this because I don't really need that, honestly. I just was using that to see if we can close, if we closed above here. But yeah, and that's the one more thing I need to start doing. I need to start labeling my stuff. Target 3. Let's just put T3. That's completely fine putting T3, or should I type out target, y'all? 3. That's completely fine. Cause I need to start labeling this stuff. Cause sometimes at the beginning of the week it's easy. Then Thursday start coming around, Friday, oh my goodness, all them dang lines. Target 2. And then I ain't even got to label target 3 honest. This is can't beat daily. Alright. Can't beat daily. Alright. And put a 2. Alright. And then this is don't want. Well, really, I don't even. Honestly, this one I just need to set alert. We just set alert on this. Cause I just want to know when it do come down here. I don't really. Like I said, it's fine if it push past. It just slows us down a little bit. I just need to know when it like crosses. So that's all. All right. And then yeah, we definitely gonna set alerts on these when it's coming down here. So set alert. This one I ain't gonna set alert yet. Not until this one get beat first. Targets. And this I really don't need these alerts for targets because I'm gonna be watching it. Honestly, I'm gonna be watching it. Yeah, so I really don't need a target. So yeah, like we said, we're looking for longs. These is our can't beat levels, so now that gives you your setup. Well, if I know this is my can't beat level and I want to go long because the daily is bullish, the weekly is bullish, all I gotta do is look for me an entry on a lower time frame, right? But regardless of wherever I get in it, I know for a fact this is the max low we should have. This should be the max low. This 85, 585.10. Well, now all I gotta do for this week is what? Look for the entry somewhere in here. That's all I gotta look for. Look for it on the lower time frame. Look for entry somewhere in here where it helps my risk to reward ratio. So if we can somehow get a pullback to somewhere down here at like 89, 90, perfect. You can get in, boom. Set your stop loss. It's fine if you lose. You know what I'm saying? It's fine if you lose a trade. It's about that risk to reward. You know what I'm saying? It's about that risk to reward. So we can get a trade, get in somewhere down here. Like I said, you got a 1.6. That ain't the greatest, but it's still more than you making more than what you risk. So you still, if you put $100, you risking 100, but you make 160. It's still profit at the end of the day. And that's just to go to the first target. Of course, like I told y'all, if you're going aiming for these main targets up here, then there's a lot more. But this just gives you your boundaries. That's all I'll tell you. This gives you your boundaries. Like, hey, I know they're not going no lower than here. So if I see any pullbacks, I should be like, ooh, sweet, we finna have a nice move back to the upside. Because I'm following what? The trend, the overall trend. I'm following my candles, they're green candles. So we're bullish, like I said. On the weekly, I told you we're bullish. We supposed to be aiming for these highs. I don't know if it's gonna get all the way to the highs in this 1 week. It could, but we're aiming for these highs. The only thing that I can see us potentially slowing down at, like I said, probably right now we can get that pullback on Monday, just because, like I said, we did not close above these levels, on the weekly. That's the only thing that I can see us slow us down, because really everything above here is just straight. We should at least be seeing 600 at least, because there's nothing else in the way going up on the weekly. On the daily, now I do gotta do that. I almost forgot, y'all. We gotta mark out these fair value gaps. All right, so we do got this fair value gap in the way. We got this fair value gaps in the way to try to be a line of defense before we get to them all-time highs. So we got to be cautious of that. And I also had noticed this on Friday, y'all. I noticed this because I did have this one marked, but I did not see this fair value gap right here until Friday when I was trading. I said, oh my, it's a mini fair value gap right there. Because when I was looking at it during the week, I was like, hey, y'all, we don't have no other fair value gaps other than this. And the way my strategy worked, once it's on its last line of defense, more than likely we finna just go straight through it. And that's what I was telling you. I said, if we closed above, what I said, if we closed above here, I told you, I said, I could see us just pushing straight through that fair value gap because I thought that was the last line of defense. But I noticed this on Friday. They actually have one more line of defense. So this is key. If we can close above this fair value gap and hold above, oh my goodness, that'll be nice to move. At least I know for a fact once we close above here and we get, even if we get a pullback and it don't go back inside, we're at least going to the 601 and sitting inside here. I would like to see us push straight past it though, because this is a big old range for that fair value gap. I don't like this big old range. I would rather for us to come up, maybe pull back, and then boom, shoot straight up to like 608, 609, and probably continue on after that. But yeah, we do got these two fair value gaps. So we gotta be cautious, man. This fair value gap is not stopping us from going to the first target, so that's fine. But to get to that second target, it is. It is, and as you can see, we have multiple rejections here. So it's holding pretty nice. It's holding pretty nice. To the downside, I mean below us, I guess you could say to the downside below us. On the fair value gap, let's see if this one. I can't even. Yep, this is a fair value gap, nice and tight. And this is where we said if the market can come down in here, this would be a nice entry to go long. If it can come like what we said earlier, 590s. I didn't even know that was the fair value gap. I just said that'll be a nice area to go long. If it can come down here and reject, um, that'll be a good entry for us to go long to take back up to that high. Do we got any other fair value? No, we don't. No other fair value. We got a regular gap here, but when it comes to these regular gaps, once they clear, once it get cleared, so like right here, I usually don't use them gaps again. I just use whatever the first open gap. So this is the first open gap. So this is the only other area which will make us trigger below 76 if we come a little deep in there, because we got a little room. We can barely tick real close to 76 and then go up. But these are the two spots that if the market does come down to these areas, those are where I'm looking for them reversals to come in order to go back to the upside. These are the two areas that we gotta watch out for the market slowing down or potentially reversing back to the downside. We gotta watch out for these two, because since this is the second line of defense, I told y'all when it got one line of defense, a lot of times it shoots through. But that second line defense, usually, if it wants to go back to the downtrend, this is where we're gonna get a huge hard drop. Right here at this second line of defense. So be on the lookout. Be cautious. That's all I'll say. Be cautious, man. Between that what is that, 595.55 up to 597.78, and then look out for, wait, is that it? Let me make sure that's the level. Now that's our that was our targets. My bad. So the first, be on the lookout for 596.10 and 597.67, and then for your second level, to be on the lookout, be cautious, is 601.22 through 605.20. And then after that, we close above 605.20. Honestly, if that, as long as that next counter pull back, don't just shoot back down inside 605.20. It's just straight green. Honestly, it's just straight green. We going to them all-time highs. Um, so we're bullish. We're bullish. We're bullish. We're bullish. Only thing, like I said, since we're bullish, but we're so close to this first target, we gotta what? We either wait on a pullback or go to the lower time frame and look for some decent entry. Well, if we go on this 15 minute, we already can see we pull back. Oh my goodness, we pulled back. What the? We pulled back pretty nice. We came straight down to this gap. This is the first gap. So this was that gap I told y'all to potentially look for y'all interest. And if we look over here on the 1 hour, it's a fair value gap here that we're sitting in. Now we did close inside it, so that's a little ugh. We don't really like that. So maybe it's a lower time frame one that it might be trying to reject off of. Let's see. Let's see. We got this 15-minute one. Let's see if it closes inside this one. And I'm not keeping this drawing. I'm just, because for me, it already tapped into my daily one. My daily fair value gap. So I kind of just want to see a rejection come off of it on the day. So I have to wait till Monday. Monday candle close. So we didn't tap into the 15. So we might can still see it come down some more to come to that 15 one at that 588.06 and see if it rejects right here. Unless it was like a 5-minute one somewhere up here, but I really don't want to go to that lower time frame to see if it rejects off 5 minutes. So you can either do this. You can either wait till that 15-minute one get tapped into, then see market structure shift for a higher high and then a higher low. Once that next once a higher high come off this 15 like this. Wait, hold up. Let's turn the magnet off. All right. So when it come down, once it makes this higher high, boom, and we get that pullback, you could potentially, as long as that pullback not closing back inside that gap, this fair value gap, boom, you can get in some longs, set your stop loss below that, the lowest point, and first you aim for that high to get taken out, but of course you know where we're aiming at. You know where our main target is, all the way up here. It's all the way up here. So that'll give you that perfect entry we was talking about. Because we was looking to take it off of here, but it's clearly going past. So it's potentially trying to go to a lower time frame fair value gap first. So that's one way. If it tap into that 15, if it somehow is rejected already off like a 1 minute or 5-minute fair value gap right now, we still do the exact same thing. We wait till this high to get taken out first. Boom. Once that high get taken out, we wait on that pullback. Wherever that pullback could be at, you know what I'm saying? Get in it. Once you see counter color change to that direction you want to take your trade, you can get in, set your stop loss at that low, and of course aim. You're supposed to aim for, these highs first. To be technical, aim for the highs and fair value gaps. Then aim for this high. Then aim for that. But man, we already know we're aiming for that, honestly. But to be safe, like I said, aim for first go to your most recent highs, any fair value gaps, stuff like that. Take it one thing at a time. But yeah, so we got these two potential. I'm actually gonna keep it. Cause I said I wasn't gonna keep the drawing. We're gonna keep it. because this 15 minute might get tapped into. So that'd be a perfect entry. All right. But yeah, so we're just looking for the longs, man. The only way we're looking for shorts is once we come sweep this low. That's the only way. Or if we see Monday red candle, Tuesday green, and then we come back and go below that red candle that ends up getting created, then we can think about potentially going short and go aim for this low, see if we can hold and close below to continue down. But that'll take literally 2-3 days before I start thinking short. And like I said, unless we just straight flush straight down and make a new low. If we don't flush straight down, we're looking like we're going south. It take 2-3 days before I say go short. So just only look for longs this week. That's all we're looking for. And just like I just showed y'all, go to that lower time frame. Look for entries to look for only setups for you to go long. So I'm on that small time frame looking for entries to go long. That's it. So pretty simple, pretty much like last week. We're bullish, just like we was last week. Um, we got 2 targets that we mainly don't want to see us beat. And then we got 3 of our what we looking for the market to go to. So it's pretty plain and simple. It really don't get no easier. And we got this trend line sitting right here. So the market kind of got to make a move by Wednesday. It got to kind of start doing something by Wednesday, Thursday. It's gonna have to decide if it don't just go ahead and start on Monday or Tuesday, because it's so close to that trend line. Uh, yeah. So that's spot for y'all. Now that was pretty long. We almost at an hour. Oh my goodness. So hurry up and try to look at this news, this calendar. Look at these calendars and look at these earnings. Let's try to get into it. Um, let's first start with the calendar. We got the calendar. All right, so go down. I swear it need to save my filters, man. Come on. Wait, did it save it? Oh, it saved it. I'm on here complaining and saved it. Never mind. All right, so Monday. Wait, I say today. Change it to this week. Okay. Monday. We got. Oh, what the heck? We got FOMC on Sunday. But Monday we got FOMC. It's just decent. It's okay. It's decent. Decent news. Decent news on Monday. Tuesday, decent news as well. Wednesday, decent news. Thursday, this is where the fun begins. And what I told y'all, it gotta what we just said. Wednesday or Thursday, it has to make some type of decision. Look how the news lines up perfectly with Wednesday and Thursday. It will be right on this trend line, or it'll have to be breaking this trend line. So that's why I said Monday we can be still sitting here. Tuesday we can be either slowly pushing up or slowly pushing down. Wednesday probably gonna be that either push up or push down. Thursday gonna be continuation more times than not. But it can do it all kind of types of ways. Like Wednesday can be a fake out, and then Thursday can push us back up, or it can just drop us completely down. But it's just crazy how the news lining up. Yeah, Thursday. Wednesday decent news, but Thursday is where the where the money is going to be made, y'all. This is where that money is going to be made. It's Thursday. Um, we got jobless claims. Um, we got PMI. We got uh home sales. We got FOMC. We got a lot of things on Thursday, man. So look out for that Thursday, man. I'll say if you're not already in some positions you're trying to swing or anything, just go light. Go light if you're trying to enter in. And what times? Actually, I need to check out the times too. So I was not looking. 7:30, 7:30s. Uh, Everything looks like it's in the morning. 9:30, 777, 8:45. Okay, so everything is before 9. That's good. All right, and then Friday, the last day, we got a nice Friday also. And is this the last Friday, or I'm not sure if this is the last Friday or not. I really don't feel like looking at the calendar. I think it's the last Friday. Uh, well, look, if you add 7 days, that'll be 30. Yeah, no, it ain't the last Friday. Second to last Friday. Um, yeah, Friday we got a decent. It's nice too, but Thursday look like the best. Friday just probably gonna continue or something. What the heck? We ain't even do nothing. So we got a nice week. We got a nice week. We should be seeing some Monday and Tuesday probably not be that as much movement, but after Wednesday, everything should be moving. All right, now let's look at these earnings, man. Let's get in these earnings real quick. And today, like I told y'all, I'm gonna be trying to post some videos throughout the week. So that's probably what we're gonna do. Um, look at individual stocks throughout the week. Today is probably just look at SPY. Um, look at SPY, and I don't think I'm gonna look at something else. I think that's it. I think we're just going over SPY and then going over this news. And then tomorrow or sometime this week, go over the individual stocks. We might just like rapidly go look at them real quick just to see what they look. Some of them in their stances, but mostly just go over SPY news today. All right, so for earnings, I honestly don't know none of these people. I mean, none of these groups. So Monday, I really don't care. Tuesday, Home Depot will be decent, but I really ain't. Honestly, I ain't really studying none of those. Maybe Target, just because Target been tanking like crazy. So I want to see what's gonna happen with them. Zoom, Snowflake. Oh, okay. We got Snowflake on Wednesday. Um, Lowe's. I don't really trade Lowe's. The only thing I see on Wednesday is Snowflake, Zoom, Target. The main three I'm really looking at. And then Tuesday was Home Depot. Thursday, Advanced Auto Parts. I don't know how they look. Ross, I don't know how they look. I just know the names. TD Bank. I'll just have to just on my free time look at some of these stocks and see what their setups looking like. And then Friday, I don't even know what that is. Uh, it look like a decent week. It look like a decent week with earnings. I feel like to me, Tuesday and Wednesday are the bigger earning spots. Um, maybe Thursday just because TD Bank and Intuit, and I don't think Ross really got that much impact. Uh, I can't really tell what's down here. Is E. No, they got. I didn't even know Ralph Lauren. I ain't never look at half these stocks. We're gonna have to start checking out stocks together too. Look, see, that's giving us more homework to do and more videos to make, man. We're gonna start checking out some stocks, man. But I just say probably Wednesday to me is the best day out of all of the earnings. So yeah, so let's go ahead and look at these charts with one quick glance over my main stocks and stuff I've been going over. So let's just get some quick glances real quick and check out some of this stuff before I end this stream or recording. All right, so we said bullish on SPY, of course. Let's just check out everybody weekly real quick first. Let's remove these drawings. All right, Tesla definitely look like it should be going up. Honestly, actually, I ain't even got. We just remove drawings like this. Or actually, I'm not gonna remove these drawings because it ain't too many drawings on Tesla. It look decent, so I should be able to. I should be able to clear up whatever I need to clear up. But Tesla, we looking at Tesla. We definitely broke. Definitely broke. Really, we broke all the way back here. I just put it on the red counter, but we really broke right here. This was the break because this was the last low. Yeah, this was the true break right here. I just put it on this red because I just like connecting the farthest red. Yeah, Tesla should continue to keep going up. We did break above this weekly fair value gap nicely, and it's nice little room so it can pull back if it need to push up. But we potentially can see Tesla if it pull back. I definitely see Tesla going to that 360 um that 360 that I was looking for last week. I definitely see it. Definitely at least coming to that 360. I guess you'll have to wait until, let's see. We haven't had a red candle yet, so it can pull back, but I think we're trying to get to this high first. It's 367, 368. But at least look for 360 for sure. So at least a $10 pop. Um, yeah, Tesla we definitely see going up. Tesla, but look at this on the weekly though, y'all. We don't have no other green candles in sight until we get up here. Um, and literally we got boom, we had a high, then we made a low, then we made another high, then we just now made a new low right here. So even this green candle don't even really matter. It's this high right here that really truly matter. It's 439. So that's that's almost $100 jump the Tesla potentially can have. Next, let's look at gold. Like I told you, I'm not trying to be on too long. Gold, I swear, I love trading gold, but then I hate it at the same time. Cause it just be sitting up so dang high. We always in all time highs with gold. All right, gold. What we got? What we got? We got this low. We gonna mark these up real quick while we just sit here too. Actually, I hate marking on the day weekly. Let's go to the daily. Let's go today because I don't really trade off the weekly. I just use it for knowing what the start and end of the week is. So we had this low, we had that low. Put the drawing tool out. That low, boom, made a new high. This low, but it got beat. So now that's the next low. Alright, that's our lows. Then we got this high for target. Boom. We got no other high other than, I mean, we do got this high. We got, what the? This is a target because we did make that new low. So those are our two targets. These are our two can't be levels. We did just make a new low. We did make this lower low. It's currently what in a downtrend. Currently in a downtrend. Currently in a downtrend. We'll have to beat this high right here to kind of make me think, okay, well now we're trying to attempt to make an uptrend and go back to this trend line at first. If we can push past this high, more likely we'll be past this trend line. We are rejecting off of this. Well, now they ain't even a gap, so we can't even count that. Honestly, with gold, man, it's almost like in the middle of nowhere. Honestly, I kind of don't. Gold is in the 50-50 land. Like if y'all see this, just say if I put a long position to it, we dang near in the 50-50. I mean, it's a little bit more room to the downside, but we dang near a 1-to-1. So it's like We really don't like messing with gold, honestly, right now. Because like we said, we had this high, we made a low, then we made another high, then we made a lower low. So now we're just trying to see what the heck is gold trying to do. Uh, because it could still always, if we look at this big uptrend, it still got all this room. It can come and play around before it get to the actual true can't beat out level, which is right here. So it can just literally play around all in here and then eventually bounce. Um, we ain't gonna look too deep into it, not right now. I might look deep into it later this week, y'all. We just trying to look at quick, precise trades. So let me just look at the weekly. It's red. We should be thinking going down, but we are rejecting out this fair value gap. So we potentially, I think we will be going back up, unless we come back into this fair value gap and push below it. Then if we push below this fair value gap and like close, especially if we can close below it. Oh my, yeah, we definitely coming to these lows, but we rejected off of it. Um, we trying to see the market reverse back up to the upside. So it just really depends on what it does with this gap. Do we get this? The main thing that we look for on gold. Do we get a green candle after rejecting this gap? If we don't get a green candle on this week, after we just rejected that gap, don't worry about them longs. Just wait and see what this market finna do. Once a gap get tapped into or cleared, we need to see the following candle to go that direction of the trade we want. So if we're looking to go long and we got a fair value gap that got tapped into, we gotta wait till this candle turn green first to be like, okay, now we know we're heading up. We should aim for this high. But if this candle stays red, then it's over with. And especially if it closes below, yeah, it's completely done for. It's going down to the downside. Actually, we can keep that on there. All right, meta. Just made a higher high, and we closed above. I can see a small pullback, then shoot straight up. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. Really ain't much more to say. So we kind of don't want to see it coming down here to 32, but I mean, if it does, it does. The can't beat out level for Meta is all the way down here. I mean, that's scary. It's all the way down here. Like literally, it can't come beat this out all the way down here. So Meta, I'm probably not even gonna mess with Meta. Honestly, I don't like how that's set up. Kinda. I mean, I do think it's gonna go up, but I don't think I'm gonna mess with Meta. Nvidia, same thing. It's all the way down here. I mean, I still think we're gonna keep moving up, but unless I look on lower time. Oh, see y'all, that's why I be saying I be on I'm on a weekly. I'm not even realizing that I'm on a weekly. I'm thinking the daily still. I'm thinking we still on the freaking daily. I'm tripping. Okay. Well, now we got a green counter, so you could. Dang, that would have been perfect to get in, man. I just noticed it. If you would have got in when it pulled back here, right? It pulled back here. Well, it did just turn green, so you may not know to get in, but it's still a nice trade right here. You can get in literally. Hopefully, it's pulled back in the pre-market like SPY did, or in the aftermarket. I think it did. Okay, yeah, it did pull back. It did pull back. Let's see if did it. Did that pullback get anywhere right there? Let's look and see. Let's look and see. Ooh, it's right there. This might be this slick might be a nice trade. Um, just to even just wing it and just jump in. Since it pulled back and it's where was it? Where was it at? Where was it at? Let's mark it up. I doubt it's gonna be right here in the open once the market open. Just say if it moved up a little bit once the market opens. So say it's at 32. That's still go back to the daily. Man, we thinking bullish for the market, right? And this supposed to be our target up here. This is what I be talking about when I say that risk and reward. Man, it's okay even if you lose, because your risk ain't really that bad. Look at this. If our stop loss is this low, target here, if we're bullish, bruh, it's a 3-to-1 well, almost 3-1, like a 2.75 trade. And it's on a daily. So if it pushing up and breaking this high, if we get a close past it, yeah, you're going up to these highs for sure. For sure. And look at that. Almost a 3-to-1. What's this? A 5-to-1. You're getting in meta. And that's me saying it's at 32. Currently, I think it's at 27. So say if it does just even open up somewhere down here, that's even better, honestly. Um, but yeah, what I was saying, shoot, it's getting late, y'all. I'm starting to forget. It's already almost 11. Oh, it's this is what I was talking about with risk and reward. Man, even if I put 100 on, man, I might lose $30. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely gonna find another trade that's gonna give me that $30 where I put this 100 on, and if I win this trade, that's 500 that I made. So I'm risking like $30 to make 500. Give me that every single time. And I'm going with the trend. I'm going with the uptrend. So give me that every time. Um, every single time. Now, if it wick, now it could, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it could stop you out wicking here. But as soon as you see it push back up again, get back in them wrong. That's what I do. Um, but yeah, the meta not don't look too bad. Like I said, I was looking at that weekly. That's why I maybe didn't want to get in. Honestly, when I looked at the weekly, uh, Nvidia. Now Nvidia, I do not want to get in unless we just make a new high right here. If we off the rip, make a new high. That's the only way. If we make a new high off the jump, then I'll get in. Stop loss will be right below this red candle. That's it. That's the only way I look to go in the video. We literally gotta make a high off the jump. Alright. I think that's pretty much all the main ones I look at. Oh, and CrowdStrike. This is the last one. And then we're going. Move drawing. CrowdStrike. We're moving up. I expect us to beat this high 47. Um you could get in. I kinda don't want to get in just because you should have got in off this first green one. Just so you've been able to set that stop loss down here or something. But once it beat this high, it's gonna solidify this low at 24. Is that 24 or is that 19? Whatever this low is, 2209. It's gonna solidify this. Maybe if it get us a pullback to like 30, then get in. But honestly, it's already too high. It's finna come take these highs out. So you may have to just go on a lower time frame and get in longs, cause it's almost dang clear cut. I feel like CrowdStrike is making a new all time high. Unless somehow it just don't break this high right here. It should be making an all time high, and I'm talking about close above and hold. Honestly, this probably was your entry right here, and then just hold it. But now, like I said, it may be in a little too late. I mean, unless you go to a lower time frame, you can find entries. But it may be too late to get in them longs. Uh, I mean, it ain't too late because we didn't make the new high yet, so you should find some type of entry. But once we make that new high, yeah, it's too late for sure. Just leave it alone, unless you, because you're just chasing at that point. Uh, but yeah, so that's the end of this video, man. It's an hour and 9, man. Oh my freaking god! Alright, what the world I'm doing? All right, I'm gonna end it right here, man. Like I said, I'll see y'all later this week. That's the end of this Market analysis for the week of 5/19/2025. See ya. Your boy Keys is out.